Hi, boys and girls. Today we're going to work through the activity from the math activity from the intermediate packet for May 12th. And it is an activity that addresses the learning about and knowledge of solid shapes. So first I want to show you kind of some of the variety of pages that you're going to need for this, okay? Let's see. There's several pages you're going to need. Zip down here. One of the pages you're going to need is this first page 16, Geometry Chart 1, Parts of Shapes. And you're going to pay particular attention to the last three parts because those are the ones that pertain to solid shapes: vertex, face, and edge. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. You don't need page 17 because we are talking about 3D shapes. So you need page, zip down here to page 21. So you need this one, sorry. So page 16 and then page 21, which gives you details about the different 3D solid shapes. So you need Geometry Chart 3. And that gives the details about the sphere, the cube, the rectangular prism, the cone, and the cylinder, and the pyramid, okay? And then you're going to work through today's page, which is 22. So you're going to need that. And then you will need page 26, which is this one. So you can cut out these shapes and cut out these words with the shapes because this will be your answer for right here. What is this? What is the shape? Will be one of those answers, okay? And the shape you can match up and put on top of this. Okay, but before you begin your work, you can watch the Brain Pop Junior video about solid shapes. So let me show you that. So go to brainpopjunior.com and log in, either through where you have requested free access or using our school login, which is Wayne, MCE, and POP, POP. Click login. And then you want to go to math. And then you want to go to geometry, where you see the pictures of the solid shapes. Polygons. And then you want to go to the video. Solid shapes right here. Excellent. All right, and then you can just push play and watch this video about solid shapes. All right? When you're finished with that, get out your page that looks like this and your paper that looks like this, and your paper that looks like this, okay? And before you begin all of that, you might want to get out your paper where you cut out the three shapes and then what they are. That's page 26 for you. All right, so let's review this. Well, let's see. Let's review this first. Parts of shapes. These three sections at the bottom. Vertex. Okay, so that is a point where two or more sides or edges meet. So that's kind of like an angle, but on a solid shape, it's called a vertex. So you can see like this is a cube, and we have a side and a side and a side. And this little point here on the edge is called a vertex. a face. This is your face. This is my face. You have a face. This is the face of a 3D shape. It's a flat or curved side of a solid shape. So this is the face. This is a face. This is a face. And then an edge. This is the edge. So the top is where all these sides and edges meet. That little point is the vertex, but this is the side, or this is, the edge. This is the edge. This is the edge. This is the edge. Okay? It's a line or a segment where two faces meet. So that's a face, and this is the edge right here. Okay? So if we go to the page that talks about the various 3D shapes, we have the first one is a sphere, and it has no flat faces, no edges, and no vertices or no vertex. There's not a vertex because there are no edges or flat faces. A cube. A cube has 6 flat square faces, 12 edges, because each of these is an edge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can go count all the way around the edges, and 8 vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A rectangular prism. It has 6 flat rectangle faces. That's a rectangle face. That's a rectangle face. That's a rectangle face. It also has 12 edges and 8 vertices. So the big difference between the cube and the rectangular prism is just the shape of the faces. This cube has square faces. The rectangular prism has rectangle faces. The next one is cone. It has 1 curved face, 1 flat circle face, 1 curved edge, and 1 vertex. There at the top. Okay, so the cylinder has 2 flat circle faces, 1 at the top and 1 at the bottom, 1 curved face that goes all the way around, 2 curved edges, and no vertices, no points. The pyramid has 4 triangle faces, 1 square or rectangle face. That's what it can sit up on. 8 edges and 5 vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 at the top, 5. Okay? So that kind of tells you a lot about those solid shapes and how they have the different shapes that they have on them. Okay, so the first page says, what is this solid shape? Chris buys flower bulbs to plant in the garden. So a flower bulb is like a giant seed. And this is for flowers like tulips or daffodils. Those come from bulbs that get planted in the ground. And this is the shape of a bulb. Can you think of another thing that we call a bulb and what shape it is? We hang them on our Christmas tree. They're sometimes called Christmas bulbs. Yeah. So pick a shape from page 26 that you've cut out and put it over this flower bulb. And that will help you determine the shape. Okay, that's the first step. Number 2, how many edges does this shape have? There's a lot of numbers here because you can recall from the page we just went over, we can have up to 12 things. But if you look at this shape, do you see any edges? I don't see any edges, so I'm going to pick 0.
0.
And that is correct. Is that what you guys put 2? How many faces do you see on the shape? Remember, the face is like this flat part right here, or this flat part, or this flat part. It's that whole part right there. How many faces do you see? And I know that this is, you see it right now as a flat shape, but like if you had, let's say, a Christmas bulb or a ball, how many faces would it have? Really? Well, I think 0 might be right too.
0.
I think you're right. Now, how many vertices or points do you see? Now, please don't count this part. This just adds to the idea of what 3D shape in our environment it could be. Focus more on this part right here and on the part that you've put on top of it, right? How many vertices do you see there? How many points? Yep, I think you got it. 0.
0.
So what is the shape with 0 edges, 0 faces, and 0 vertices? If you need to, you can look back at your parts of 3D shapes page, Geometry Chart 3. Is this a cylinder? No, because a cylinder has faces. Is it a cone? No, because a cone has vertices. It has to be a sphere.
Sphere.
Excellent job. You are correct. Great job. Join me tomorrow when we look at a new 3D shape and learn about how many edges, faces, and vertices it has. Great job, everyone. Have a great day.